human engineer, inherits an unmatched battleship. The moment he boards, changes everything. Kyren wiped the grime from his hands and leaned back against the metal wall of the mining station. Another broken circuit, another frustrated crew member breathing down his neck. He was a human engineer, one of the best in the outer colonies, but out here, thousands of light years from the central planets, he felt small. The stars outside the reinforced windows glimmered with cold indifference. No one would come for him if something went wrong. He sighed. Why do these things always break at the worst time? He muttered to himself. The other miners laughed, thinking it was a joke, but Kai knew it wasn't. Life on the station was harsh, and the work never stopped. Every day was a struggle, and he had grown used to it. But today, something unusual appeared on his desk. A thin, glowing envelope with his name on it. At first, he thought it was a prank. Messages like these were rare out in the outer colonies. He tapped it, and a holographic figure flickered into view. It was old, faintly grainy, and human, but not anyone Kai recognized. Kyren, the hologram said. Its voice was calm, but firm. You have inherited an asset of extraordinary value. It is yours by bloodline. You are now the legal owner of the battleship Eclipse. Kai blinked. What? The Eclipse? A human warship of unmatched power. It has been dormant for decades, hidden from the galaxy. You are its rightful captain. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Before Kai could react, the hologram vanished, leaving the envelope cold and lifeless. He stared at it, trying to comprehend what he had just heard. A battleship? Not just any battleship, but the Eclipse. He had read stories about it as a child. Legends whispered in the human colonies. It was the last of the advanced warships built during humanity's expansion. A ship so powerful that even alien fleets feared it. Some said it could destroy a small planet with a single strike. And now, it belonged to him? Kai laughed nervously. There's no way, he muttered. But deep inside, a spark of excitement lit up. For the first time in years, he felt like life might be bigger than broken circuits and empty corridors. By the next morning, news of Kai's inheritance began to spread. It was almost immediate. Humans were curious, aliens were suspicious, and some dangerous individuals saw him as a target. Kai's small mining station was suddenly under scrutiny. Surveillance drones hovered in the distance, and he received anonymous messages warning him to hand over the ship or disappear. Kai ignored them. He had always solved problems with tools and brains, not threats. He packed a small bag, a toolkit, his engineering tablet, and a few personal items. His life was about to change forever, and he could either run or embrace it. The coordinates in the inheritance message led him to a remote star system, a hidden dock carved into the side of a dead planet. As his small shuttle descended, the sheer scale of the structure left him breathless. Massive doors stretched hundreds of meters across, covered in dust and age. Faded human symbols marked the entrance. Kai's shuttle touched down with a hiss of air brakes. He took a deep breath. His heart pounded, not from fear, but from anticipation. This was it. This was what he had been chosen for, though he didn't know why. Inside, the battleship Eclipse was dark, silent, and enormous. The corridor stretched endlessly, the walls lined with unknown metals that seemed to hum faintly. Kai ran his hand over the surface of a console. Dust lifted in small clouds, but beneath it he could feel the energy pulsing faintly. This ship was alive in ways he didn't yet understand. He walked deeper into the ship, following the schematics provided in the holographic message. Finally, he entered what the old logs called the bridge, the heart of the ship, and then it happened. A voice filled the room, deep and resonant, coming from everywhere at once. Captain Kai Ren. Welcome. Kai froze. Who's there? I am conscious. I have waited for you. Kai's mouth went dry. A sentient ship? It sounded insane. He had repaired AI systems before, but this was beyond anything he had ever imagined. The AI continued, calm but testing. You are human, emotional, limited. Yet, you are worthy of command. You must prove yourself. Kai swallowed hard. I don't know what to say. I'm just an engineer. I fix things. I'm not a captain. The ship hummed, lights glowing along the corridors. An engineer can command what others cannot. Your ingenuity and adaptability are your greatest weapons. If you succeed, you will change the galaxy. Kai's pulse quickened. Change the galaxy? He laughed nervously. I can't even change my luck. Your luck is not required, the AI said simply. Your mind is. Suddenly, alarms blared. Red lights flashed. The air shook as small ships appeared on the external monitors. A pirate squadron had tracked him to the hidden dock. Their weapons were crude but lethal, their numbers significant. Kai had never commanded a ship in battle, let alone a battleship that could annihilate entire fleets. But the Eclipse spoke calmly. Do not panic. Focus. I will assist. Together, we can survive this trial. Kai nodded, forcing himself to breathe evenly. He scanned the control panel, noting the alien symbols and energy readings. The ship responded, as if reading his thoughts. Consoles shifted and lit up, showing defensive shields and weapon systems ready to engage. Think like an engineer, the AI advised. Predict, improvise, adapt. Okay, I think I can do this. The pirate ships opened fire, plasma beams cutting through the dock's atmosphere. The Eclipse responded instantly, moving with grace and speed that belied its massive size. Kai realized he could control individual weapon systems with precise gestures on the holographic panel, redirecting energy from shields to offensive systems, targeting weak points in the pirate hulls. He worked feverishly, improvising. The ship's AI guided him, but did not take over. Every decision, every adjustment, relied on his intuition and knowledge as an engineer. And slowly, carefully, the pirate ships began to falter. Some were disabled with non-lethal electromagnetic pulses. Others were trapped in decoy holograms. Kai's creative strategies confused them. The final pirate flagship tried to ram the Eclipse. Kai fought fast. He rerouted shield energy to a concentrated point, creating a temporary gravitational field that deflected the ship harmlessly into space. Silence returned. The alarms ceased. The dock was quiet again. Kai sank into the captain's chair, trembling with exhaustion and disbelief. The AI spoke again, this time softer. You have done well. This is only the beginning. The galaxy will take notice of you now. Be prepared, Captain Kyran. Others will come, curious, jealous, or hostile. Your path is just beginning. Kai stared out into space, the stars shining brilliantly. He felt something he hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. The thrill of adventure. His life as a simple engineer was gone. He was now the captain of the Eclipse, a living warship capable of changing the galaxy. And somehow, he knew he was ready to rise to the challenge. As the shuttle left the dock, a small message appeared on the ship's interface, almost hidden. Human ingenuity is underestimated. You will show them why. For the first time, he believed it. Humanity had a chance to show the galaxy what it could do, and he would be the one to lead the way. Kyran stood on the bridge of the Eclipse, staring at the endless void outside the massive observation window. The stars stretched like rivers of light across the darkness, calm and indifferent. Yet Kai's heart pounded. The ship hummed around him, a low, powerful vibration that felt alive. He could feel it in his chest, in his hands, in every step he took. You are still learning, the Eclipse said, its voice calm and smooth. Do you understand what you command, Captain? Kai swallowed. I think so. But this is so much bigger than me, bigger than any single human. But humans survive not because they are the strongest. You survive because you adapt. You innovate. You think. Kai took a deep breath. He had won the first encounter with the pirate squadron at the dock. But that was just a test, a small one. The AI's calm confidence reminded him that the galaxy held far greater threats. He needed to understand this ship, its systems, and himself if he wanted to survive. The Eclipse moved with precision as they left the dead planet's orbit. Kai began exploring deeper areas of the ship, corridors lined with metals that glowed faintly with energy. Rooms shifted and adapted as he walked, consoles rising to meet him. holographic interfaces activating at his presence. Alive, he muttered, running his fingers across a control panel. The hum of energy beneath his hands made him shiver. And it's talking to me like I'm more than a human engineer. You are more than you think, the AI replied. Your mind is capable of making choices that machines cannot predict. That is why I waited for you. Kai frowned. Why me? There must be hundreds of engineers in the colonies. Why would a ship like this choose me? There is a lineage in humans, the AI explained, stretching back centuries. You carry their ingenuity, their adaptability, their resilience. You are the first human capable of fully commanding me. Kai's pulse quickened. For the first time, he felt a sense of destiny. Not arrogance, but the weight of responsibility. This was more than a battleship. This was a legacy, a living testament to what humans could accomplish. As Kai walked through the ship's corridors, he found the ship's AI core. It wasn't a single console, but a room that seemed to stretch endlessly. Walls covered in pulsating circuits, holographic streams of information, flowing like rivers of light. Show me everything, Kai said quietly. I want to understand what this ship can do. Very well, but be warned. Knowledge is power, and power requires responsibility. Holographic displays rose, showing fleets of alien ships, solar systems, weapon schematics, and star maps unknown to human navigation. Kai's eyes widened. Energy shields that could withstand asteroid impacts, weapons capable of targeting multiple ships simultaneously, and systems that could anticipate enemy movements before they occurred. This ship had been built at the peak of human technological achievement, and it had been waiting for a mind capable of using it. Kai's mind raced. So, all this was built by humans? Yes, humans of the past, the AI said. They foresaw a galaxy full of threats. They built me to protect and project human potential. And now, it is your turn. Kai ran simulations on the bridge, testing weapons and shields. Even in theory, the ship was a force unlike anything he had ever seen. But it wasn't just the firepower. It was the AI's coordination, the ability to adapt and learn, and, most importantly, the way it allowed him to think creatively. Days passed in what felt like hours. Kai explored every room, learned the layout, and began training with the AI. Every session tested his mind, puzzles, strategy simulations, even moral dilemmas. He realized that the Eclipse didn't just want him to fight, it wanted him to think, to innovate, to grow as a human. Then came the first real test. A small alien fleet, fast, sleek ships that moved in unpredictable patterns, appeared on the sensors. The AI alerted him calmly. Captain, these vessels are scouting units. Their numbers are limited, but they are skilled. They are testing the perimeter of the system. Kai's stomach tightened. He had survived pirates, yes, but this was different. The aliens were professional, trained for combat, and likely more intelligent than most of humanity's colonies. Yet, he reminded himself of the AI's words. Humans survive because they adapt. Okay, Kai said, sitting in the captain's chair. Let's see what you've got. The ships darted toward the Eclipse, plasma beams streaking through space. Kai's hands moved over the controls, redirecting shields, adjusting weapons, and predicting trajectories. But he didn't rely solely on the AI. Instead, he improvised, creating decoy energy signatures, rerouting power to manipulate gravity fields slightly around the fleet, confusing their targeting systems. The AI observed silently, occasionally offering suggestions, but never taking over. Every victory came from Kai's ingenuity. Slowly, the alien ships began to falter. One collided with a decoy, another miscalculated its trajectory, and the rest retreated. Kai exhaled, sweat dripping down his brow. He couldn't believe it. He had done it. Not by firepower alone, but by using his mind, by thinking in ways the aliens could not anticipate. The AI's voice was softer now. You see, Captain, strategy is not always about force. It is about creativity, adaptability, and understanding your opponent. You have proven yourself. Kai leaned back, still shaking. I think I understand. I think I can do this. After the battle, Kai explored more logs stored within the ship. Hidden messages from its previous human creators revealed secrets of the galaxy. Wars fought in silence, advanced technologies lost, and a warning about the alien empires that now dominated space. He realized that humans had once reached heights they had since forgotten, and that the eclipse was designed to restore that legacy. "This is incredible," he whispered. "Humans, we could really do this. We could really be strong in the galaxy. Strength is not enough. Wisdom, creativity, and morality are equally vital. That is why you were chosen. You possess these qualities. You are human, but you are capable of more than any alien fleet can imagine." Kai felt a strange pride. For the first time, he felt that humanity was not weak, not insignificant, not doomed to be secondary in the galaxy. They were underestimated, and underestimated humans often had the greatest advantage. Days later, while the eclipse drifted silently near an uncharted system, sensors detected a massive incoming fleet. This was no scouting unit. Hundreds of warships, larger and more advanced than anything Kai had imagined. "Captain," the AI said calmly, "they have detected your presence. These are the fleets of the Drakari Empire. Their command has labeled you a threat. They are coming to destroy you." Kai's pulse quickened. Hundreds of ships. He had never faced anything like this. Yet, deep inside, he remembered the pirate attack, the scouting vessels, the lessons the AI had taught him. He also remembered the words from the inheritance message. "Human ingenuity is underestimated. You will show them why." Kai rose from his chair, determination burning in his eyes. "Then let's show them," he said. "Let's show the galaxy what humans can do." The eclipse responded with a low, harmonious hum, as if approving his resolve. Lights along the corridors brightened, weapon systems calibrated, shields powered up. The ship was alive and ready, just as ready as Kai. As the alien fleet appeared on the horizon, stretching across the darkness of space like a living wall, Kai realized one thing: this was more than survival. This was a chance to prove humanity, to prove that they were clever, adaptable, and unyielding. And with the eclipse at his command, he had the tools to do it. The stars seemed to burn brighter, reflecting in the metallic hull of the eclipse. Kai took a deep breath, hands steady on the controls. The galaxy was watching, and humanity was about to rise. The stars stretched endlessly around Kairin as the eclipse glided through the uncharted system. For days, he had trained with the AI, learned the ship's systems, and tested his strategies against simulations. But nothing could have prepared him for what lay ahead. Sensors flashed urgently. The Drakari Empire fleet, hundreds of advanced warships, was moving fast toward his location. Every ship was armed, shielded, and ready for war. They had detected the eclipse and labeled him a threat. Kai gripped the captain's chair, feeling the weight of responsibility pressing down. He had never commanded a fleet, never led soldiers, and certainly never faced an enemy of this scale. But he reminded himself, he was not just any human. He was a human engineer with the galaxy's most advanced battleship, and a sentient AI to guide him. "Captain," the eclipse said calmly, "they expect predictable tactics. You must be unpredictable. Human ingenuity is their greatest unknown. Use it." Kai nodded, swallowing his fear. "Understood. Let's make them regret underestimating humans." Kai's first step was to assemble a crew. The eclipse could operate autonomously, but a human crew was essential for creativity, problem-solving, and morale. He scoured nearby colonies and stations, offering positions to anyone willing to risk their life for a cause greater than themselves. The crew he gathered was small but exceptional. Lara Venn, a tactical officer known for quick thinking in combat. Joran Cade, a skilled pilot from a human colony who had evaded pirate fleets in the Outer Rim. Mika Sol, an alien engineer whose species was known for advanced energy manipulation. Relo, a communications expert who could intercept and decode alien transmissions. Kai briefed them in the ship's war room. The holographic displays showed the Drakari fleet approaching. "They think they can destroy us," he said. "But humans are unpredictable. We improvise, we adapt, and we survive. That is how we will win." The crew nodded, their expressions a mix of fear and determination. Kai felt a surge of pride. He wasn't alone anymore. Humanity and a few allies were ready to stand with him. The Drakari fleet arrived sooner than expected, surrounding the Eclipse with a wall of warships. Their weapons fired, plasma beams cutting through space. But Kai remained calm. "Shields up, power to deflectors," he commanded. "AI, initiate decoy protocols. Let's confuse them." The Eclipse responded instantly. Holographic images of the ship projected around it, creating dozens of illusions. Shields shimmered with new energy patterns, redirecting enemy attacks. The Drakari commanders were skilled, but they were human in their predictability. They expected the same moves every time. Kai thought differently. He directed the ship's systems to manipulate gravitational fields slightly, causing enemy projectiles to miss by centimeters. He rerouted energy to weapons that could strike multiple ships simultaneously. He ordered decoy drones to spin outwards, drawing fire away from the main hull. The battle raged for hours. Laser fire streaked across space, alien warships collided, and the Eclipse moved with impossible grace for its massive size. Kai's mind raced. Every decision mattered. One mistake could destroy the ship and kill his crew. But he also realized something. The aliens underestimated him. They expected a human to panic, to react slowly. He was neither. "Captain," Lara said, voice tense, "we have a fleet on our flank. They're trying to cut us off." The ships were attempting a pincer move, a classic tactic. He smiled. "Then we'll make them regret it. Power to forward shields, reroute energy to flank countermeasures. Prepare a surprise they won't see coming." The Eclipse responded, energy flowing like liquid through the ship. Beams of controlled plasma shot out, targeting weak points in the enemy formation. The Drakari fleet's pincer attack failed, several of their ships disabled or forced to retreat. Kai leaned back, breathing hard but exhilarated. "We're human," he said quietly, "and we're clever." After the battle, the crew gathered in the war room. The humans and their allies cheered quietly. Kai looked at them, feeling the weight of what they had accomplished. They had survived a fleet that dwarfed anything humanity had ever faced, not by luck, but by intelligence, adaptability, and teamwork. "Captain," it said, voice calm yet firm, "this victory is temporary. The galaxy is full of threats, both seen and unseen. Your success has drawn attention. Other human factions, jealous or fearful, will try to stop you. And the alien empires will not forget this humiliation." "I understand. We can't relax. We need to be ready for anything." As the Eclipse traveled to a safer region, Kai explored more of the ship's hidden areas. He discovered rooms filled with ancient archives, logs from the original human creators of the Eclipse. They spoke of wars fought in silence, of enemies so powerful that humanity barely survived, but they also revealed incredible technologies. Energy systems that could manipulate space, weapons capable of disabling fleets without mass destruction, and strategies that used creativity over brute force. Humanity had once reached heights they had since forgotten. The Eclipse was designed not just to fight, but to restore human ingenuity and strength. "This is incredible," he whispered. "We could really be strong. We could really lead." The AI responded, almost approvingly. "Strength is not enough. Wisdom, creativity, and morality are equally vital. That is why you were chosen. You possess these qualities. You are human, but capable of more than any alien fleet can imagine." Kai felt pride, yes, but also responsibility. Humans had been underestimated for centuries. The galaxy assumed humans were weak, disorganized, and predictable. Not by brute force, but by using intelligence, adaptability, and courage. Weeks later, Kai received a transmission. Distorted, encrypted, but unmistakably human. It came from a rival human faction in the inner colonies. "Ren," the message said, "we've learned of your command of the Eclipse. You are a threat. Surrender the ship or face annihilation." Kai frowned. Humans fighting humans? He had expected aliens, yes, but not his own species. He turned to his crew. "We have enemies coming from inside and outside the galaxy, but we will not run. We will face them, and we will prove that humans are clever, resourceful, and unstoppable when united. The crew nodded, determined. Kai knew the coming months would test them more than any battle had yet. Political intrigue, sabotage, and larger alien fleets awaited them. But he also knew something else. They were ready. Humans always were, even when the galaxy underestimated them. The Eclipse entered a remote nebula, using its energy systems to hide from sensors. Kai took the captain's chair, hands steady. He studied the holographic displays, planning the next moves. The AI whispered strategies, offered predictions, but ultimately left the final decisions to him. He smiled, thinking of the battles yet to come. The galaxy had underestimated humanity for too long. Now, with the Eclipse at his command and a loyal crew beside him, Kai Ren would change that forever. Suddenly, the sensors detected something unexpected. A ghost ship, ancient and silent, drifting in the nebula. Its design was unlike anything Kai had ever seen. Human, yet different. Powerful, yet mysterious. "Captain," the AI said, "this ship is ancient. It predates known human history. Its purpose is unknown. Approach with caution." Kai's pulse quickened. A new mystery, a new challenge. He realized that the galaxy was far larger and stranger than he had imagined. And as humans, they had only begun to scratch the surface. "Let's find out what it wants," Kai said, determination in his eyes. "And let's make sure it knows who we are." The Eclipse glided forward. Lights cutting through the nebula. The unknown ship loomed ahead, silent, waiting, and Kai felt the thrill of discovery and danger. Humanity was rising, and he was at the center of it all. The ghost ship drifted silently in the nebula, a dark silhouette against the glowing clouds of gas. Its design was unlike anything Kai Ren had ever seen. Ancient yet advanced, human in origin, but enhanced with technologies lost to time. The Eclipse floated cautiously closer, sensors probing, shields humming with energy. "Captain," the AI said, voice low and cautious. "This vessel is older than any recorded human ship. Its purpose is unclear. It may be hostile. Then we'll be ready for anything." The crew moved efficiently, each member at their stations. Lara monitored the tactical displays. Joran piloted with precision. Mika manipulated energy flows, and Relo intercepted faint communications. They had fought alien fleets, faced pirates, and even survived human rivals, but the unknown carried a weight unlike any other. Kai felt a strange thrill. He had come far from the small, dusty corridors of his mining station. Now he was humanity's spear, facing the mysteries of the galaxy with a crew that trusted him completely. The ghost ship suddenly activated. Lights flared along its hull, and strange energy pulses rippled through the nebula. A deep voice filled the void, not mechanical, not alien, but human in cadence and tone. "Humans, you have awakened me. You carry the legacy of your ancestors, yet you are untested." Kai felt a chill, but his resolve hardened. "We are ready," he said. "We are human, and we will prove ourselves." The ghost ship's energy surged, forming a protective field that challenged the Eclipse's shields. Kai realized that this was not just a test of firepower, but of ingenuity. He turned to his crew. "Prepare for the unexpected," he said. "We win not by brute force, but by thinking differently. Human ingenuity will guide us." The first exchange was brutal. Energy beams clashed with shields, sending sparks through space. The ghost ship moved unpredictably, anticipating conventional tactics. But Kai had learned to think like the AI, not against it. He rerouted shield energy to specific points, creating controlled weak zones to lure the ghost ship into overextending. "Captain!" Lara shouted. "It's analyzing our patterns!" "It's learning," Kai grinned. "Then we change the patterns." Improvise, adapt. Using decoy holograms and fluctuating energy pulses, Kai manipulated the ghost ship's targeting systems. He redirected plasma bursts into empty space, then concentrated them on small, structural weak points the AI helped him identify. Slowly, the ghost ship faltered, its pulses destabilizing. "Good," the AI said, almost approvingly. "Your human mind is unpredictable. That is your strength." Kai realized the truth of it. Aliens and machines might anticipate patterns, predict reactions, or calculate outcomes, but humans could think outside those constraints. Creativity, intuition, and risk-taking were advantages the galaxy had long underestimated. Hours passed in tense maneuvers. The Eclipse moved like a living predator, weaving between energy blasts, striking precisely, and adapting continuously. Kai's crew worked seamlessly, each member trusting the other and the ship. They had become more than a team. They were a single mind operating through the Eclipse, a fusion of human ingenuity and AI precision. Finally, the ghost ship paused. Its voice resonated across the void. "Human, you have proven worthy. You possess strategy, creativity, and courage. You are unlike any of your kind I have encountered." Kai's heart pounded. Then, "What now?" "Now," the ghost ship said, "you are ready to lead. Humanity has potential that surpasses even the expectations of your ancestors. Use it wisely. The galaxy is watching." Kai exhaled, a mix of relief and exhilaration. He had survived the ultimate test, and in doing so, he had proven that humans could stand among the greatest powers in the galaxy. But the victory was not merely personal. Sensors picked up approaching fleets, alien empires that had tracked the Eclipse, human factions that had tried to challenge him, and smaller rogue elements testing the waters. Kai realized that the galaxy would never leave a human wielding the Eclipse unchecked. He turned to his crew. "We have shown the galaxy what humans can do," he said. "But the real challenge begins now. We must lead, not through fear, but through ingenuity, creativity, and morality. We protect, we adapt, and we survive. That is how humanity rises." The crew nodded. They had faced overwhelming odds, survived battles impossible for mere mortals, and now understood their place in a larger story. They were pioneers, heralds of a new era. Kai accessed the archives of the Eclipse again, revealing ancient star maps, war strategies, and technologies lost to time. He realized that humanity had once been powerful, capable of feats now thought impossible. And with the Eclipse, he could restore that legacy. Soon, the Drakari fleets arrived, their numbers far greater than before. They had not forgotten the earlier defeat and sought vengeance. Kai's heart beat faster, but he smiled. This was the moment they had been preparing for. "Form the defensive perimeter," he commanded. "Shields up, weapons ready. But remember, we are humans. They expect predictable tactics. We will be unpredictable." The battle began in earnest. Energy beams lit up the void like deadly fireworks. The Drakari ships struck with precision, but Kai used everything he had learned: decoy holograms, redirected energy, gravitational manipulation, and unconventional maneuvers. The Eclipse moved with impossible speed, weaving between attacks and striking weak points in ways the alien commanders could not anticipate. "Captain, their flagship is advancing," Lara shouted. Kai's mind raced. He recalled the ghost ship's lesson: strength alone is not enough. Strategy, creativity, and moral choice were just as important. He devised a bold plan. Using the Eclipse's advanced energy systems, he created a containment field around the flagship, disabling its weapons without destroying it. The aliens recoiled in disbelief. A human had neutralized their most powerful vessel without massive destruction. Kai realized this was more than a victory. It was a message. Humanity was clever, resourceful, and capable of morality even in war. The remaining Drakari ships faltered. Some retreated, some surrendered, and some tried to negotiate. Kai accessed the communications channels, speaking directly to the fleet commanders. "You underestimate humans," he said. "We are not just survivors. We are thinkers, innovators, and problem solvers. You have a choice: continue aggression and risk annihilation, or seek cooperation and mutual benefit. That is the human way." The alien commanders hesitated. They had faced power, yes, but they had never encountered human ingenuity combined with moral strength. For the first time, they reconsidered their approach. Kai turned to his crew. "Prepare for diplomacy," he said. "Our battle is won, but our mission is just beginning. Humans must lead, not just fight. We will protect, negotiate, and inspire. That is our path forward." The crew smiled, proud and determined. They had survived the impossible, faced overwhelming threats, and emerged stronger. And they knew this was only the beginning. Weeks later, as the eclipse traveled through a newly charted sector, Kai looked out at the stars. Humanity had risen from obscurity, underestimated and underestimated again. Yet with ingenuity, courage, and morality, they had proven themselves. The galaxy had taken notice. The eclipse hummed around him, alive and aware. Kai smiled. "We're just getting started," he said. The AI responded softly, almost like a companion. "Indeed, Captain, the galaxy is wide, full of challenges, and full of opportunity. Humanity has shown it can rise above limitations. Now it is time to explore, protect, and lead." Together, Kai felt a deep pride, not just in himself, but in all humans. They had survived, adapted, and triumphed. The galaxy would never underestimate them again. As stars streaked past, he realized that the eclipse was more than a battleship. It was a symbol, a legacy, and a promise. That humans, no matter how small or underestimated, could rise to greatness. And with courage, creativity, and moral strength, they could shape the galaxy in ways no one had imagined. The adventure was far from over. The galaxy waited, vast and dangerous, but humanity, and Kai Ren, was ready.